All right, so starting to tap on karate chop point. Even though I have all this fear in my stomach, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I have all this fear in my stomach, I choose to love and forgive myself. And even though I have all this fear in my stomach, fear about all kinds of things, you can get more specific with that now. Even though my brain did a really great job of storing this fear, this anxiety for me, so that I wouldn't have to feel this emotional pain. The truth is, it's still there. And I choose to feel some of it today, bit by bit, until it's all gone. It might be fear about failure, fear about being seen, fears about being heard, fear that I'm not going to make the right decision. And even though I have all these fears in my body, in my stomach, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, forgive, and accept myself and anyone else who contributed to these fears. So tapping on top of the head, all of these fears in my stomach, eyebrow point, all these fears in my stomach, side of eye. When I think about this situation, under eye, I can feel it rush through my body. I can feel that feeling of fear. And I don't feel supported. Under nose, it just scares me. Chin point, I can't allow myself to feel good. I've got to protect myself. Collarbone, who else is going to protect me? It's not safe. Underarm, it's not safe. Top of the head, a part of me can handle this situation. And another part of me says, it's not okay. Eyebrow point, nothing is okay. I can feel my guard up. I'm ready to fight. Or I'm ready to run. I'm out of here. And sometimes I just numb right out. I just numb right out. Maybe you go watch a movie. Maybe you ignore. But you know that there's still, that you're numbing. Side of eye. That part of me feels terrible. It's experiencing fear. Under eye, that part of me doesn't trust. That part of me cannot surrender. That part of me is there to protect me at all costs. Under nose, don't mess with it. Chin point. But there's another part of me, collarbone, that feels God's goodness, that trusts, that surrenders, knowing that God is good, that God takes care of me, that when I think on things that are good, that are lovely, that are of a good report, it all works out for me. Underarm. But that part of me that fears stirs up all kinds of stress and all the reasons I should feel stressed out. Yeah. And I want you to just put your hand on your heart for a moment. And I want you to elicit all the reasons that you feel afraid, all the excuses that you are telling yourself. Top of the head, just name that excuse that you came up with. The reasons. All these fears, it's what it is. Eyebrow point, and name the most pressing fear that's coming up for you. Good. That part of me stirs up all kinds of these fears. Side of eye, that translates to stress, the fears of failure, under eye, the fears that I'll screw up, all the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? Under nose, what? All these fears. That I'm somehow going to be hurt, that I'll experience some kind of pain. Chin point. It's not safe to feel too good. Collarbone, if I feel too good, maybe something bad will happen to derail me. So I will just sabotage myself. Because feeling too good doesn't feel safe. Underarm. And I fear God won't come through for me. What if he's not for me? That he won't protect me? Top of the head. And I'm on my own. Eyebrow point. And I'm at risk. Side of eye. I'm at risk for all kinds of failure. Under eye, I'm at risk for all kinds of harm. Under nose, I'm at risk for all kinds of pain. Chin point, all this fear in my stomach. Collarbone, and I choose to release it. Where did I get this idea that I need to live in fear, in stress? Where did I get this idea? Underarm. Where did I get this feeling? Top of the head. This fear, this stress. Eyebrow point. What would be so wrong with experiencing God's life? What would be so wrong with experiencing peace? Side of eye. Of course, God is not going to make me experience peace because I have free will. He gives me a choice. Under eye. So I get to choose to experience peace. I am powerful. He's given me authority. And I have everything on the inside of me that I'll ever need for life and godliness. Under nose. Am I afraid of how powerful I really am? Chin point. Am I afraid of the power within me? Collarbone. Clearing this fear. Clearing all this fear. Underarm, clearing all this fear. Good. Shake it off. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And out of your mouth, just blow it out to move that energy. Shake it off. And we're going to move into the renew process. And we're going to start tapping on top of the head. Clearing this fear all the way back through my past, all the way down to my cellular memory. Eyebrow point, clearing all this fear. Side of eye. And this false perception of how I see myself. Under eye. Who told me I should feel afraid? Under nose. Why would I be afraid if I'm so powerful? Chin point. Am I afraid of what would happen? I want you to put your hand on your heart, and I want you to notice how you see yourself. I want you to notice how you see yourself. Just get the image, and it might be a changed image already. I want you to notice what you believe. And you might want to elicit that by the story that you're telling. Good. Starting to tap on top of the head again. Clearing these perceptions. Clearing the perceptions that don't align with who I am. Eyebrow point. Clearing these perceptions. And just go ahead and hold that image in your mind. Any false image in your mind, hold it in your mind while we're tapping. Clearing. Side of eye clearing. Under eye clearing. Changing the image. It's my choice. Under nose clearing. Clearing anything that I'm not. If it's not a perfect love, I'm clearing it. Chin point. Clearing. Letting go of all this fear. Clearing that false paradigm, those false perceptions, all those lies. Clearing. Collarbone clearing. Letting go of all this fear. I'm ready to go deeper into this. Maybe I'm afraid I won't get to where I want to be. Under arm. Maybe I'm afraid I won't feel safe. Top of the head. Who told me to be afraid? Afraid of being seen, or afraid of being heard. Eyebrow point, or a fear that I'm not good enough. Fear of how people will see me. Side of eye. All these fears. All these fears. Why have I lived this way? It's not necessary. That's not my identity. Under I definitely need to let go of these fears because I am a magnificent child of God. There's nothing wrong with me. Under nose, these false perceptions. I'm just clearing them right now. I am more than good enough. Chin point. Clearing away the stories that don't align with who I really am. Perfect love. Collarbone. All the times in my past where Someone said I wasn't good enough, or maybe something was spoken over you, or maybe you saw something. Just clearing that away right now, because that's not who you are. Or maybe you just decided that is who you are, and you've just lived that way for years upon years. Underarm, just clearing it all away. Top of the head, and all the times that I've told myself that I wasn't good enough. Eyebrow point, I choose to release that now. That was a misunderstanding. Side of eye. Even when I've made mistakes, even when I've goofed up royally, that doesn't define who I am. Under eye. I'm a magnificent child of God. I'm one with Him. Under nose. I'm more than good enough. Chin points. I'm releasing the doubts about that right now. Releasing the fears, collarbone. Releasing them all the way down to a cellular level. Allowing myself to know that I'm safe right now. Underarm. I'm safe to experience success, freedom, peace. And when I experience peace, success, freedom, other people will benefit as well. Top of the head. It's a win-win situation. Eyebrow point. I choose to be free. Side of eye. I choose to allow success. Under eye. I choose to allow a lot of success, a lot of freedom. Letting go of any heavy loads. I don't have to carry those. That's not mine to carry. Just connect with your identity and who you are in Jesus right now. Go ahead and just put your hand on your heart. Just notice where Jesus is with you right now. I want you to look into His eyes. And if you don't see Him, just get that sense. It's perfect if you just get a sense of where He is. Just get a sense of where His eyes are. And look into His eyes. And who does He say you are? Just listen to what He has to say. Good. And now I want you to go ahead and hold a new image in your mind of who you are regarding that situation in which you were in fear before. I want you to see a brand new image of who you are, how you walk, how you talk. Even tell yourself a story there of who you are. And just keep on breathing. You might want to shake it off a little bit. You can even do some taking a deep breath into your nose and blowing it out. And you might want to do that a few times. Good. So now we're going to go ahead and tap who we are. And we're going to tap that on into our nervous system and build those new neural pathways. And so starting to tap on karate chop point. I want you guys to know that the word praise means to tell the story. And so we are going to tell his story, which is actually our story. And so we're just going to we're just going to tell the story, which is our story as one with him. I'm saved. Top of the head. I'm saved. And what is salvation in the Greek? It's sozo, right? And that means, it's this word that means that we're saved, we're healed, we're delivered, we're prospered, we're made whole in every area of our life. And that means there's nothing missing, nothing broken. You're not lacking anything. You're not broken. Eyebrow point. I am whole. Side of eye. I am complete. Lacking nothing. Under I am powerful. And salvation isn't when we get to heaven someday. Salvation is right now. Under nose. I reflect to everyone around me, including myself, that I am healed. I reflect, chin point, that I'm delivered. I'm safe. Collarbone. I reflect wholeness. Underarm. I'm safe. And I want you to talk about that image while we tap through this round, this image of how you see yourself, that you are divine, you see yourself as powerful. And I want you to talk about that image now. Eyebrow point. Just talking about that image of how you see yourself. Full of joy, full of life. Feeling completely safe. Side of eye. I want you to notice as you're watching yourself, I want you to notice that there's a brand new headline. There's a brand new headline about your life. There's a brand new headline about how you walk. There's a brand new headline about how you talk in life. Under eye. Just see what that new headline says about you. Good. Under nose. Keep on declaring who you are. Speak it forth. Shin point. And as you speak it forth, I want you to feel it in your body. You might have to stand up. You might have to praise God in it. You might have to stand up to experience the fullness of it. You might have to just raise your hands and thank God for who you are and where you are, your position in Him. Speak forth those things of who you are, the truth of who you are. Speak forth the joy that you experience. Speak forth the truth, your divine truth. You never fell away from that truth, not once. Only those perceptions. You are divine. You are made in His image and likeness. You never fell from that. Collarbone. Feel that, experience it. You might have to dance. Let's get up and dance. Your video's off, whatever you need to do. Experience who you are. Feel that in your body. Yeah. You might want to twirl. Whatever you need to do, guys. Just get that new image, get that new headline. God. Underarm. I'm full of peace. And I'm experiencing that peace in my stomach. And wherever that organ, wherever you were experiencing that fear before, I want you to put this new peace in that place, or this joy in that place, or that feeling of safety into that place. And you can even physically do that in saying, Jesus, here, he's passing me this incredible joy, this incredible peace. Thank you. And I'm going to just take that. I'm going to just put that in my stomach. And I just thank you for that. I thank you that it's mine. I thank you that I'm whole. I thank you that it's, I identify with who you are, because that's who I am. You live in me, and you work through me. We are one. Good. Go ahead and take in a deep breath in through your nose and out of your mouth.